Nobody was up as far on that stream as we were. Exploring this untouched stream. As pure as it could be.
Yeah. It was pure.
First things first. I think it's in order. We have a beer from our side. Cheers. Cheers.
So, what do we just do?
We're here to reminisce on the first time we actually backpacked into a wild trout area.
Right.
Stayed
Stayed there.
Yeah.
Caught fish 100 feet from where we were camping. So, or whatever the minimal.
Minimal
200 feet.
We caught 200 feet away from where we were camping. But a successful trip.
And 10 out of 10 experience. Definitely going to do that again.
10 out of 10 experience. Gorgeous part of the state. Like, holy crap.
It's been a little bit. Gotta remember, what all did we do? So, was it Friday night? We picked you up after work. We drove public lands to get some extra gear.
Immediate itinerary, going to public lands, get some meals for the backpacking trip, miscellaneous other supplies, and anything that may strike my fancy. Get our crap put together, bags all prepped, fly rods and flies dialed, and then
Onto the stream.
onto the stream.
Marcy, anything to add?
Marcy thinks we're gonna kill him.
There you have it.
And we drove out to Dubois area,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Stayed there.
Yep.
Partly loaded up the car the night before.
Mm.
Finished loading up the car that morning. And then got on the road. Had a couple gas station stops on the way there.
Mandatory. You need the breakfast from a gas station, you need the fuel from a gas station,
And the bathroom.
and the bathroom.
But usually we're not prepared enough to make that all the same trip. So we're like, oh, we're just hungry. We're going to stop and get food. And then we go another hour and it's like, we're out of gas. And then we go another 20 minutes and we're like, we got to go to the bathroom. The energy drinks kicked in.
I was trying to buy one of these pounders, or like a New Trail pounder, and it was like 6:30 in the morning. And they were like, oh, yeah, we
That's
can't.
right. They denied you from getting the stream beer. We get there. We get to our first stream that we picked out.
We'd fished there before.
It's the first time we fished there. Best to date brook trout fishing experience ever.
You were spoiled. You got
Ever.
you got the biggest brook trout of your life.
So far beyond any other experience we've had. Not a fish in there that we caught was under like 7 inches. Yeah. And then the last, 3 times we've gone, we haven't seen or caught a fish.
It's ghost town.
But I think it's still the prettiest stream up in this area, just walking up.
In terms of like rhododendrons, the overhang.
And the big rocks and the waterfalls. Like, it's still my favorite, just like visually. If I were to go on a hike up a stream, it would be this stream. But
we'll get our redemption there.
We're out of the car and rigging up, like it's day.
Mm-hmm.
It was like perfect timing. And get our waders on, our boots on, get our rods ready to go out of the trunk.
I had a little hole in my waders. You fixed with
That's
the
right.
seal.
I had the aqua seal.
Yeah.
We did it with ankle tape over the aqua seal.
It held all 2 days through the backpacking and everything. It held. I was shocked.
And then off we went.
Yeah.
We gotta update the folks.
Hit up the first stream, a tributary we've done amazing in the past in. Nothing. So now we're at another trib. We're gonna give this a little go.
Looking stunning.
We worked up for probably, I don't know, close to a half hour.
Yeah.
And nothing. Crickets again. And then you took a phone call on the stream.
At 8 in the morning on Saturday.
Did party foul, call from work. And yeah, as soon as you picked up the phone, boom, the fishing turned. And I caught the first one. And then from there, we started to get into it.
Give that a hit. Nope. Come on, dude. Oh, there it is. There it is. I should have stripped. I didn't horse it enough. I suck. Did you get it? Come here. Come here.
Throwing dry droppers the whole time.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. It was a mix. The last time we were on that stream, it was always the dry. But they were taking a lot of the nymphs, little midges, little rainbow warriors.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything like crazy popping off hatch-wise, but...
No, and that was kind of the theme throughout the whole trip.
I'm also not good at identifying bugs. I
know all the Latin.
The genus species.
Yeah.
No, that's like we've talked like the dudes who duck hunt who can see a duck flying at like 200
yards away.
That's how I need to be with bugs hatching.
Yeah. No, not even close. Like, yeah. Oh, that has wings and a tail. Must be a mayfly.
Oh wow, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, that's a grasshopper. I know that one. But then we get done fishing there, and then we headed to one more trip.
I was most excited about this one because I love where we put in. You can go downstream or you can go upstream. The downstream is like a little, maybe 100-yard section.
Yeah.
But I really like the couple holes that are down through there.
Yeah.
I did
But
that last
we
time.
got to those holes, and those fish were so skittish. Even if like I snuck around in the woods and I'd come up, I'd be creeping in the bushes.
Yeah.
And I would get still within 20 feet of casting distance and just poles blowing up.
It was really shallow. Like we hadn't had a rain
That's true.
in a couple weeks.
Yeah. But the temps were good.
The temps
I
were
mean,
good,
they were cold still.
Mhm.
So,
I mean,
I don't know.
we worked upstream and we found them.
We did. That first pull underneath the bush,
Yeah.
I probably missed 4 in a row on dry flies right there. Boom, I'd cast one, would come up, whack it, just could not hook them.
That was cool for me to watch because you were downstream and I was in the woods behind a bush with my phone filming it.
Uh-huh.
And so I could see there was probably, I think, 6 or 7 of them at the back end of this bush, just sipping as flies drifted by. And they were aggressive with your fly. Like I was surprised they didn't spook. You missed one.
And they were still just, feeding frenzy. But we did get into them on this stream.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just a hit right there.
There's that first big boulder overhang was where I got the first one.
There it is. There it is. What a recovery, dude. I just wet my hands. Oh, shit. Never mind. He's gone.
That spot has always been good to us.
Yes.
Every time we fish there.
Right. Yeah, even in pouring rain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
We finished there. We got up and the fishing kind of just slowed off. So we decided to just head out. And it was getting later in the day and we wanted to, get to where we were going to camp. Got to the parking lot, little lunch break, had some lunch meat sandwiches and a couple beers.
Salted meat and beer after sweating your ass off all day.
Amazing. It's a spiritual experience.
I'm surprised we didn't like cramp up. We took our break, and how far was that drive? It wasn't far. It was maybe like 15 minutes.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Didn't I miss the turn? Or was that when we were leaving?
No, you missed the turn. Yeah.
Yeah, we drove like 20 minutes down.
Well, because I was guiding you, but I was guiding you on Onyx because I had the map saved.
Yeah.
But then I got distracted looking at where we were going to put our tent up at. Not even paying attention. We're just driving, hanging out. And then I like zoom back out and I'm like, dude, you missed your turn like 10 minutes ago. We finally get to our spot where we were going to park the car for the night.
Mm-hmm. It was packed, dude. There were so many cars. It was
packed there. We got our bags on there at the car and then we headed off down the stream.
Mm-hmm. It was hard because we passed so many good holes as we walked.
Yeah.
And we had to like stop ourselves. Like, all right, we got to stop fishing. We got to stop fishing. Stop fishing.
Yeah, but we kept going into the stream. And then it just kept picking up and picking up and picking up. And we're like, you know what? We're just going to fish with these packs. You had what, a 65 liter pack on?
Mm-hmm.
And I had a 45 on. And you couldn't have fit so much as a...
Between the clothes,
extra
tent, water,
toothbrush.
food,
yeah,
supplies, rain.
Fishing stuff.
Sling
was on the front. And then on top of the sling, bag buckled in, net coming off the pack. We were just geared down.
There's something beautiful about like all of this gear for like a 6-inch fish.
Yeah.
It's
right. Like schlepping into the woods with 60 pounds and an exuberant amount of money. To maybe catch tiny little fish.
Little rainbow fish.
Just pretty minnows.
It's basically it.
But I don't know if there's anything better. Maybe teeing up on a 150-inch whitetail.
You gotta wait a little bit.
But it's not the season.
We're a month out.
Yeah. The fishing just increases and increases and increases. And we start killing them with our packs on. Didn't even get them all on camera. Leapfrogging up the stream. Like as I'm fishing out that hole, boom, you're in front of me. And then same vice versa. And we worked a lot of ground pretty darn quickly.
Get him in. Here, I got you. You got it? Dude, that's a pretty one.
You want to try getting the underwater trout?
Yeah. Every time. Another one. A few inches. Oh no, tiny one. It's a little brown. Yeah. That's cool. Fish. Fish, bro. This is a good one, dude. This is a really good one. On the woolly bugger. He absolutely destroyed it. Stunning. we go. Let's go. About time. Look at that. Ready? Nice. I can see it from here, dude.
The density of brook trout was unlike anything that we have seen anywhere else in PA.
True.
Like
Yeah.
the shot underwater,
Yeah.
looking at probably 50 brook trout,
Yeah.
all of decent
And
size.
none of them tiny.
That's right.
Like averaging probably 8
Mhm.
with some like 12s, maybe some 7s, nothing smaller than that.
Mm-hmm. And the one fish that we saw, that had to be probably like a 15, 16 inch fish.
I think bigger than that. I'm giving it 17 and a half.
I wouldn't go that far, but it was definitely, I'd say more than 15. I'd say more than 15.
It was fat.
So let's backtrack here.
All right.
We had a campsite picked out.
We had a campsite picked out. I found it on Onyx.
Yes.
I found some random obscure blog from like 20 years ago
Mhm.
that guys said that this was a good camp spot. Level ground. Cool. It gave us some other like fishing access.
Mhm.
Would have been a great spot. And we roll up, and directly in this spot, but even closer to the stream, right off the stream bank.
Yeah.
Are 3 guys. They had like an entire encampment.
They had probably like 2 or 3 tents. They had
chairs,
Coolers.
and coolers, and stoves, and a grill. But then we had to find a new spot. So hit up Onyx, threw it in 3D, found like a flat area that was a little off the stream that we could camp in. So we started to head there. You were broken off. You weren't even fishing.
no.
And then I'm hopping into some good pulls. I pulled out 2 more small ones,
Yeah.
maybe. Then we get to our spot,
Found a flat-ish area.
started setting up the tent.
The tent that had never been opened, never
Nope.
been used.
Amazon purchase, 2-person backpacking tent.
Good reviews.
It was light.
It ended up doing the job for us.
It was great. Great tent.
But it took us like 4 or 5 iterations to get this tent set
Right.
up.
Because we're like, it's fine. We've set up a million tents in the past. It was a little different. It didn't have like guides to guide the poles through. It was all like snaps. So you couldn't really tell where the snaps went, how they went. But like still, it should be pretty self-explanatory.
That was a low. As an Eagle Scout especially. We got everything squared away
Yeah.
and we were ready to haul down to the creek
Yeah.
and get some fishing done.
Sulfur started coming off the water.
That was cool to see because we hadn't seen any like definitive hatches all day.
Right. And it wasn't a crazy hatch. Like we'd get to a pole in the evening and we would have like, I don't know, we'd see 5 or 6 sulfurs over this hole.
Mhm.
You
So-
were fishing with a sulfur.
Yeah.
I was fishing primarily with a sulfur colored Ausable wolf.
Okay.
And then I switched to a sulfur pattern. Once it got dark, the fly came off of like my hook
That's
keeper.
right.
And I had this sulfur, like I thought like right at my eye, and I went and swatted it, and I got a hook stuck in my hand. So I will say I tied a pretty good sulfur pattern. I thought it was a sulfur coming at my
That's-
eye. We kept fishing, picked up some, and then right before it got too dark to fish, you caught a really nice one.
And that was a sick eat.
That was a sick eat.
It was a like It was a long hole.
Yeah.
It was real deep in the central part. There was a big rock. So I cast it up above the rock, let it drift down. The current took it. And right smack dab in the middle of the hole, one came up and slammed it. And that was so cool. Right as it was like getting too dark to see, I could barely see my fly drifting. That was electric.
After we released that fish, we might have gotten like 5 casts a piece in, and then it just got too dark. We were completely beat. We headed back up to camp, and it was time to chef up.
What we lived off of.
Come here.
A couple protein bars on the hike.
Cliff bars and Quest bars.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, we were beat.
And I hadn't had dehydrated food in so long. And I don't remember it tasting that good as it did that night.
Well, anything would have been completely gourmet. Like, it was like a 5-star meal. My
so
pad thai with the peanut sauce and the peanuts on top. I still think about it.
I'm not as adventurous. So I went the 3 cheese mac and the chicken Alfredo.
Which was still good.
Oh, my God.
We got the 3 cheese mac, we got the chicken pad thai, and then we got some chicken Alfredo. And to top it off, nectar of the gods. Oh. Here's the brook trout.
Good.
Decadent. Here's the brookies.
Cheers, dude. We had a couple beers. Some yellow jackets, and then finished off with a little IPA that we split.
Yep.
And it was nice to get that weight gone.
Yeah. A couple pounds of beer.
We were like, oh, we're so sore. Like, this was so much weight. And then we realized we had like 6 packs in our bag.
So worth it.
Then it was lights out.
That was one of the best nights of sleep I've ever had.
It was incredible. This was me coming off of having Lyme real bad.
Mm-hmm.
And for 3 weeks, my Oura Ring sleep scores were just garbage. In the 60s, consistently, high resting heart rate, horrible. And then we're sleeping in a tent on rocks with a little sleeping pad, and my sleep score was in the 90s, and my heart rate finally dropped. That sleep was amazing.
But there's something so satisfying about being out. No cell service, no roads, no train tracks, no cell towers, no outside city lights.
Nothing.
The stars were pure. The trees were tall.
Yeah.
The wind and the air was perfect.
Yeah.
And the sound of the creek in the background was just like...
And then to wake up to that, oh my God. We wake up, and that morning was just incredible.
Well, I didn't want to get up.
Rise and shine.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Crawling out of the tent was awesome.
Yeah. And
Cup
then
of coffee by the stream.
the cup of coffee, that was the highlight of the trip for me.
Mm-hmm.
We head down to the stream after redding up camp a little bit,
Mhm.
and we made some instant coffee. But just that, the fog lifting off the stream, the sun coming through the trees, highlighted the entire trip, and it had nothing to do with the fish.
Semi-packed up this morning.
We're getting somewhere.
Ready to go do some coffee on the stream.
It's about the places that these fish take you. And that was the moment where it was like, I'm glad that these little 6-inch fish took me to this valley, to this remote area in central PA. There was nothing better.
Packed up camp and then started the hike out. We decided to hit a couple more little streams. We just needed to be back before the evening. And then we got on a couple. We caught some decent brook trout, and then that one nice rainbow that I caught.
That's a nice fish, dude. That's a really nice fish. Oh, wait, no. Dude, what did I tell you? I called it. Yeah. I'm still rolling.
I'm not going to say that was a happy surprise. I mean, I go out for natives. I want to see natives.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing stockies in native streams.
Right.
But to be fair, it was a fun fight for you.
It was fun and it was cool on the 3-weight.
Mhm.
I was excited when that thing took my fly. It hit a nymph. I didn't see what it was. I was like, oh my gosh, I just caught the biggest brook trout of my entire life. Get it up to the net.
Yeah.
And it was a rainbow. It had gorgeous colors to it. But yeah, it just wasn't really what we were after.
The highlight for me of the back half of the day, we ran into that old timer.
Yes.
With the like the old rubber waders, like the suspender waders, the Carhartts. He had the little cowboy hat with the feather in it. We started just chatting this guy up. He was telling us crazy stories.
Right. Like you see someone like this in the stream and like you don't think much. Typical Pennsylvania stocky fisherman. And he starts telling us about fly fishing trips and elk hunts in Alaska, in Montana, and all these incredible stories.
The type of fishing that he described, the size of the trout that were in there.
Right.
Versus like what's there now.
Yeah. Gets you thinking, man, I want to be this 90-year-old man on a stream with all of these stories to tell.
I mean, that's the point that you brought up. Like, as we're walking to the car, it was like, you know, we're 24, right? We maybe have 50, if we're lucky, 60 more years of doing this.
Right.
And, you know, we'll never be able to touch everything. We'll never be able to do it all.
The more you learn, the less you know.
Yeah.
And the more that you do, the more that you want to do.
Yeah.
These hobbies that we have, nobody is ever an expert in.
Right.
Which makes it so much more fun. Type 2 fun, baby.
Type 2 fun. Here's to more adventures and more stories down the road.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was a big brown.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Sorry.
So what's next?
We are going to Adirondacks and the Catskills.
Adirondacks and the Catskills.
Which, I'll be honest, when we were on the phone the other week talking about it, I could not point out Adirondacks on a map. I'm on the phone with you. I put you on speaker. I'm like, where is this in New York?
Yep.
No one ever realizes how big New York is. I didn't realize how big it was. It's like the entire upper half of New York is Adirondacks. I was blown away when I saw that outline on the map.
Just Adirondack Park is Yosemite and Yellowstone combined, multiplied by 2.
Which is mind-blowing.
There's a lot to explore.
We got to be hitting it hard, like sun up to sundown, I'll even throw a mouse in the middle of the night. Just, like, let's do it.
I mean, it could be months or a lifetime of fishing up there, and you don't even explore it all.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be a jam-packed few days.
I'm so stoked.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
We will see you guys back here, debriefing Adirondacks,
Yes, sir.
on the next episode of
Fishing.